Welcome to High School Football Game Night, presented by Scenic Cable Network and Production. Now, here's tonight's game.
Representing the Dothan Tigers will be the captains of Brent Nance and Patrick Reeves. The rest of the starting lineup at tackle: number 55, Joey Herring, number 53, Brad Addison will be one guard. The other guard will be Keith Simon. Chase Clark will be doing the snapping. Nathan McCall will be at one tackle. And at tight end will be Jared Maddox. On the defensive side of the football, Shannon, if you will, go over the starting Dothan Tiger defensive lineup.
Well, we're looking at Kelvin Williams and Kenneth McIntyre at the end, Gabe Davis and Larry Underwood inside. Linebackers Josh West, Aaron Shelley, and Tyrese Bolden. In the secondary, Ryan Barnes, Dennis Drury, Zarek Thomas, and Brian Dawsey.
And we'll be back with tonight's opening kickoff after this timeout. Oh, we didn't cut it too close, huh?
On the next break, we're going to cut the phone.
Yeah.
And they say Auburn won.
15 seconds.
Yeah, in the first.
Set. Go.
You're getting ready for a kickoff. Dothan, although they lost the toss, Auburn winning the toss defers to the second half. So Dothan Tigers will be receiving from the north end zone as they travel on your radio dial from left to right. We get ready to kick it off. The teams come on the field, and we're going to turn it over to Mr. Shannon Collins for the play-by-play.
Well, thank you very much, Mike, and it's a pleasure to be here this evening, ladies and gentlemen, bringing you Dothan High Tiger football. A little bit of a long year, 0-6 record right now, Auburn at 2-4, but Coach Addison today, I had the opportunity to spend a few moments with him, and he feels very confident that if they can establish the passing game and then also on the defensive side of the ball really take away the run, they've got a very good chance of winning this football game this evening.
Well, Auburn's going to come out here and they're going to line up just like we saw Phoenix City do last week. And of course, you were at the game. We talked to you out during halftime, and Phoenix City just established that they were going to own the line of scrimmage the second half, and really Dothan did everything they could to slow them down. Really ticked them off with a well-played first half. But again, we expect, Auburn to come out running the football with their tailback, their leading ground gainer, number 36.
It's Jamie
Howard. And just a variety of formation, single wing, double wing, I backfield some, just to try to get as many people as they can involved in the run, and if they can stick it down our throat, that's where they're going to go with it.
They are, and I think that Coach Addison and them felt that that was going to happen this week, and they've made some changes defensively, trying to get a little more size in the middle of the linebacking position. So look for some changes tonight that we haven't seen so far this year. And I think they're going to try to take that away because they feel Auburn is going to come at them just like you've seen last week, that Central was very successful running the football, over 400 yards rushing. They know they've got to take the run away if they're going to win this football game this evening.
Well, let's see if we can pull out a win tonight, Shannon.
That sounds good to me. Number 86, Chris Beck, getting ready to kick off, and here's the kick. Comes down to number 34. Landon Brody, and he gets it out to the 13-yard line. Tackle there was by number 10 for the Auburn Tigers. That's John Holt.
Holt did a good job, lined up, kicked the ball from the near hash mark into the left corner. Had a little problem, did Brody getting the ball, bobbled it a bit. That allowed the coverage for the Auburn Tigers to get us pinned back. First and 10 on our own 14, and this is not the best way we'd like to see it start tonight.
No, it's not. They're coming out. It's Patrick Reeves, Brent Nance, center in the I formation. Takes a snap. Toss to 32. McIntyre, and they're trying to trick play, throws the football, and almost intercepted at the 27 there. Very dangerous pass.
That started with the toss sweep to the left. Hodge took the pitch from Nance, tried to throw the halfback pass, got hit as he threw it though, Shannon. The ball went up. Luckily for the Dothan Tigers, that Ron Marshall, number 6, didn't intercept that one.
Oh, it was very dangerous, very dangerous. All right, second down, 10 to go at their own 13 in the shotgun formation. Simon Davis flanked one side, and there's a give inside, and it goes nowhere. Matter of fact, I think they lost a couple of yards on the play, and you're looking at third down now, Mike, and 13 to go, and not a good opening series for the Dothan High Tigers.
Left defensive tackle, number 7, for Auburn, Scott. L.D. Scott just slanted hard to his right, really ran into McIntyre just about the time he's taking the handoff, put him down. Dothan third down and long from deep within their own territory.
Yeah, we're backed up right now. We've got to have a big play here on third down to maintain this drive and at least get some field position out of this opening possession. All right, shotgun formation right now. Nance barking the signals, takes a snap, and there's flags.
I got Scott moving, but was he drawn offside? Did one of our linemen move first? That's the question.
Looks like the indication's going to be movement by Dothan's going to back them up even further here. Really putting themselves in a hold on the opening possession here of the football game.
And of course, made third and long, third and longer, nearly 20 yards for the first down right here. Really, you want to get some of that out so you don't have to punt it from deep within your own end zone.
Now, we're looking at third and 18 or 19 right now. Shotgun formation. We're looking at twins on either side, one back in the backfield. Nance takes the snap. He looks to his left and doesn't have anything, throws the football over the middle, and it's a deflection, and it's caught by Patrick Reeves, and he is out to the 42-yard line. Great play there off the deflection. Reeves catches the football and gets first down yardage for Dothan on the opening drive.
Auburn Tigers came with a 3-man rush. Blocking up front was solid. Nance just checked off receivers, 1, 2, 3. Saw Jerry cutting across at the post. The ball was a little high, but when it bounced off of his fingers, it landed right into Patrick Reeves' laps. Huge play for the Dothan Tigers on third and long from the 5. They converted. First and 10 on the 42. What a play.
I think that was a nice tip drill there.
And good coaching, too.
Yeah, excellent coaching. All right, one back in the backfield. Twins to either side. Nance takes football handoff, and good yardage on first down. Looks like it's going to be a gain of about 6. That was Kenneth McIntyre, the senior. Good blocking on the right side for the Tigers that time.
Came off the ball real well, and just McIntyre's picking his way through there. And there's so many times we've seen McIntyre run the football. One man not bringing him down. He pushes it for a 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4, good strong run by McIntyre that time. Sets up a second and positive here for Dothan, only 4 yards to go. That's going to give them the opportunity to start doing some of the things that we talked about earlier, throwing the football and establish a little bit of the running game here. That's got to stretch that defense some. It looks like we've got an official's timeout here. Let's see. Nope. Looks like the Dothan Tigers have called timeout. And timeout with 9:39 to go in the first quarter. No score from Rip Hughes Stadium. Back in 30 seconds. Make that.
It's the line.
Second and 4 at Dothan's own 48. On the penalty play, an incomplete pass as Brent Nance went down hard, and looks like preliminary indication it could be a hold, and that's indeed what it is, a hold against the Dothan High Tigers. And it really negates good positive first down yardage we had, Mike, there, and it really puts Dothan back in a little bit of a hold.
Well, when you get there, the holding flag going down on around the 32-yard line, that's one of those fouls that they do penalize from the spot, so you lose not only the yards McIntyre picked up on first, but you lose the 10 more, so it's going to be 2nd down and 20. Really good. The sack there, or the almost sack by Nance, was caused by the good coverage. The secondary for Auburn had double the wideouts. Nobody to throw to. Nance did a good job just getting rid of it, but the whole penalty puts him back deep.
Shotgun formation for Nance right now. Long back in the backfield. McIntyre. He looks and throws out. And it's caught by number 11, Jarrett Maddox, and he's going to be up to his own 48-yard line. So getting back the original gain on first down, it looks like it's going to set up a 3rd and 4. Nice play there on 2nd down by the Dothan High Tigers.
Jared Maddox lined up wide out, wide right, went down and just basically found the soft spot in the zone, out pattern, if you will, to the sidelines. Good throw from Nance across the field. Maddox caught it, picked up a couple of extra yards, really stepped out of bounds, not knowing that he did. Could have been up around the 50 or on their 49. But
could have had more yardage, no question. We're looking at a 3rd and 4 here. Nance takes the snap, looks, throws, looks like the exact same play as first down yardage for Dothan, down to the 40-yard line of the Auburn Tigers. Nice play. One thing, Mike, that Coach Addison mentioned to me today is the fact that Auburn's corners do play a little bit soft. So you're going to see some of this throughout the ball game unless Auburn does step their corners up and really try to press them on the outside.
And that time, plenty of daylight. Maddox sprinted off the line of scrimmage. The cornerback gave, and then when he stopped, did his out route, the ball was right there. Good timing pattern, 1st and 10, Dothan on the move.
All right, 1st down, Dothan, twins to either side. McIntyre to lone back. It's shotgun formation. Nance takes the snap and looks to his left, throws. Nice throw and catch that time to number 81. That was a big play right there. That was Antonio Finn, and he is down inside the 20-yard line. 1st down, Dothan. Nice throw and catch that time.
And Antonio Finn, just you can see his hands go up there. Nice soft touch. The ball come in, doing a post about 20 yards down the field. Catches it, 1st and 10 again. Dothan on the Auburn Tiger 20-yard line.
That was a nice throw and catch, like you said. Again, twins to either side, single back McIntyre. Nance under center this time. On the signals, and he takes the snap. Handoff inside, and that play goes nowhere.
Auburn brought both linebackers. Everybody's taking a gap just to run blitz, if you will, when everybody fills up a gap. McIntyre really had nowhere to go. Lucky to get really back to the line of scrimmage.
Oh, I agree with you. I think that play almost had some problems developing there, but nonetheless, it's going to be 2nd down and 10 for Dothan at the Auburn 20. Again, we've got twins to either side. Single back is McIntyre. Nance up under center. He takes the snap, looks off and throws. Nice throw and catch that time. It's number 32, Razell Hodge, and he's in for the touchdown, Dothan.
They caught him coming off the corner. They sent from the cornerback position Marshall from the right side. Nance read it. Hodge got out, did a little out, got a good block from his wide receiver over there. I don't know whether that was Finn on that left side or not. Just enough a bump that he did get into the end zone for the Dothan Tigers touchdown. Not only the score, but 4 minutes of time off the clock.
Absolutely. That was a good long opening drive, culminating in the touchdown for the Dothan High Tigers. Now on for the point after touchdown is B.J. Hall. And there's flags on the extra point attempt.
Usually where that one throws, he's counted too many men. And there is 12 Auburn Tigers out on the field.
Well, that's good to know. Hopefully it's going to be a penalty against the Auburn Tigers. We're going to get the official indication here.
And they, instead of what they do nowadays, they tell you to go ahead and blow it dead. Substitution violation. And you don't have the illegal participation. It's a difference between a 15-yard penalty, but if they do run somebody out and you don't catch it and the play's in progress, then you go ahead and lose 15. This is just half the distance.
And it looks like Dothan is just going to go ahead and try to kick the extra point here and see if we can extend it to a 7-0 lead. B.J. Hall's kick is up, and it's good. Timeout on the field with 8:04 to go. 7-0 Dothan. You're listening to Dothan Tiger Football. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Back at Rip Hughes Stadium, Dothan has scored with 8:04 left in the first quarter to go up 7-0 over the Auburn Tigers. B.J. Hall getting ready to kick it off. He's moving the ball over here to the right hash mark. Usually B.J.'s been giving it a ride to the end zone. Let's see if he can stay up. Looks like he's got a little problem with that left arm though now.
Well, we'll hope that B.J. does kick the ball in the end zone. That would be a nice start for Auburn. Kick it in the end zone, bring it out to 20, and Dothan can get up and play some defense here. There's the kick. It's a line drive coming, and it does go into the end zone. Misplayed there by number 22, Bilardo Hutchinson. It's going to come out to the 20, where to be 1st and 10 for the Auburn Tigers.
Well, being a baseball player, you know what it's like trying to catch a knuckleball, and that was a floater just wobbling every which way. Bounced. Again, not really played well, but again, when it hits the ground, goes into the end zone. 1st and 10, the Auburn Tigers' first chance at offense. Let's see what they can do.
We'll see how they come out. It's going to be Joseph Holt, the quarterback, Jamie Howard and Harrison Thomas in the backfield. They run multiple sets. It looks like they are coming out in a double wing here. Holt under center. He takes a snap, hands off, and going nowhere that time. Nice play by the left side of the Dothan High defensive line.
Kevin Williams coming in there with help Gabe Davis. They just took a gap, went right to the play, knocked him down with about a 3-yard loss. Just good penetration up front.
That was an excellent initial stop there by the Dothan High Tigers defense. Sets up a 2nd and 13. And I think, Mike, they know they've got to play the run because that's what Auburn is going to attempt to establish here in this football game. Wide out single on the near hash. There's a snap. Gives number 42. And he breaks it over the right side, and a nice gain. Looks like it's up to the 28. That was Brian Young.
Darius Underwood making the help with the hit to stop. But again, we've seen that type of counteraction, misdirection, if you will. Fake one way, try to come back the other way. He got a good block from his pulling guard, his left guard. Got to the hole, turned it up. 3 yards still short of a first down.
Yeah, it's going to set up a 3rd and short 3 for Auburn here at their own, looks like about 27 and a half. Holt takes a snap, gives off again on the right side, and it's good for first down yardage out to the 32.
That time we've seen it over and over, what we call a sucker play. Right guard pulled to go out, ran the fullback right where he ran out. Your linebackers are taught to read and go with the flow. Cuts right back in there. 5-yard gain, 2 yards more than enough for the first down. Yeah, Auburn is on the move.
Auburn on the move. It would have been nice to have gotten that stop, but we got to try to play defense here. Having some early success there on the Dothan right side. Coming out now, single wide out in the near side. Hold under center, takes a snap, and hands off, and he is stopped in the backfield at the 30-yard line. Looks like that's going to be a loss of 3 yards.
Gabe Davis again with good penetration, and when you start all those misdirection plays, pulling those guards, if your defensive lineman can get the penetration like Williams and Davis did, it does disrupt the timing. They don't have anywhere to go, and as a result, the Tigers from Auburn lose 3.
Oh, indeed they do. It's going to bring up a second, looks like 13 here for the Auburn Tigers. A little momentum. Dothan has stuffed that now, setting up 2nd and long. Going to have a single wide out here to the near side. Single wing formation, hold under center. Takes a snap, and he looks like he's trying to throw the football, and he's got a man open and just misses it. Number 82 that time. Danny Perry was wide open, had got in the seam between the linebackers, looked like the safety, and the throw just was not there.
Just a drag pattern, lining up, faking everything to the right. The quarterback from Auburn did a good job with the play fake, did Joseph Holt. As he rolled to his left, the tight end coming across, found the soft spot in the zone. The ball was just slightly overthrown, looking for the Dothan Tigers 3rd and long. And it looks like officials are calling a timeout here with 5:41 left in the first quarter. So we'll be back after this 60-second timeout.
Third and 13 for Auburn at their own 30-yard line. Hold under center. He's going back to pass, and he's got some running room. The near side, he's at the 35, at the 40, and there's a flag on the play. He does like he has first down yardage, stepping out at about the 46-yard line, but there is a flag on the play.
This could be the wide receiver as Holt was trying to make a cut the wrong way, and we've got a low block against, or a chop block, which means the wide receiver for Auburn got the block below the waist without the defender getting the hands on him. They're going to back it up.
And that was indeed a break for the Dothan High Tigers as they are backing the football up considerable distance here. Looks like it's going to set up a 3rd down play at their own 23-yard line.
Major distance.
A major penalty against the Auburn Tigers. It couldn't come at a better time for Dothan High's defense.
That same type of action, that time Holt not electing to throw it, as you called it, had plenty of green grass in front of him, picked up what would have been the first down yardage, but the penalty puts him back even longer.
Now it looks like it sets up about a 3rd down and roughly 20 yards to go for Auburn at their own 23-yard line. Hold under center, single wing, one wide out to the far side. Hold rolls to the right, and he's got pressure, and he's going down. Going down at about the 19-yard line, and I believe that was number 82.
86, Kevin Williams.
Kevin
Did
Williams.
not take the fake that time. Saw Holt as he was trying to run, again, for the 3rd time, the same play. Put him down. Another loss on the play. Punting situation for the Auburn Tigers.
It's like 82, Danny Perry in punt formation for Auburn. Number 4, Dennis Drury deep for Dothan. Here's a snap. He gets the kick away, and it's kind of a low line drive kick that Drury feels at his own 43. He's got running room, and looks like he's going to get down to about the 43 or 4 yard line of the Auburn Tigers. Nice return on the low line drive kick there by Auburn. Dennis Drury with a nice return.
And nice catch of the ball. We don't, first left-footed kicker I've seen in a while, and that ball spirals and turns exactly opposite from what you're used to. Caught it, good return. Dothan set up for their second offensive possession just inside the Auburn Tiger 45-yard line.
You're exactly right, Mike. Excellent field position here with a 7-0 lead, 4:40 to go here in the first quarter. Dothan High with really what amounts to a break here. Good field position inside the 45 at about the 44-yard line of the Auburn Tigers. We're going to set up with twins to either side. One back in the backfield, McIntyre, shotgun formation for Nance. He takes the snap, looks to his right. Oh, he's got a little pressure, and he's going down. Going down at his, looks like the Auburn 49 there.
Brought the linebacker that time from his right, from our left. Got through, pressured Nance, ran him out of the pocket. Nance tried to get back to the line of scrimmage, still going to wind up losing the better part of 5 yards.
Yeah, the protection broke down that time, Mike, and he really didn't have much of an opportunity to do anything. Probably the safe play was to take the sack, and let's go again on 2nd down.
Well, you'd like to see a quarterback not try to force it in there. You've got the lead, a mistake right here. You throw it out here on the flat. It gets picked off, and it runs back in there. And before you know it, you've got a tie score.
All right, twins to either side. It's a 2nd and 14 for Dothan at the Auburn 49. Well, option action to the left. Nance still on his feet. He's fighting, and he's down to the 44, what would have been the original line of scrimmage on 1st down. It's going to set up about a 3rd and, looks like 3rd and a long 10 here for Dothan.
That time running the option to the left. Auburn did blitz, but they came from this side on the line of scrimmage. Their linebacker lined up over here, number 42, Brian Young, came from the left. Dothan ran away from it. A good, hard run by Nance to pick up 5 yards.
Yeah, he did. He really had a lot of effort there to get the yardage he did. Sets up a 3rd and long 10, we'll call it. Again, Dothan going with the twins to either side. Single back in the backfield is McIntyre. Nance is under center this time, not in the shotgun. Looks like Auburn bringing someone, and they do. Nance steps up, and he's going down right at midfield.
That time they brought everybody except for one linebacker that did go out and cover the flat. Number 50's only linebacker that didn't come. Dothan not able to pick him up out of the spread. Nance, again, not trying to rush it, takes the sack, goes down to the 50, and Dothan will have to kick it deep. Maybe Maddox can pin him inside the 20.
Hopefully so. Dothan's going to be kicking, looks like, from right at the midfield stripe. Deep man, let's check that number there for the Auburn Tigers, is number 1, Chris King. And in punt formation, there's the snap. Kicks away and almost blocked. Kicks it off the side of his foot, but it takes a nice Dothan bounce. Looks like it's going out of bounds around the 17-yard line. There was some penetration that time, and he just got that ball off.
It looked like Rod Marshall, number 6, broke through from our right, on our right side, put a good effort into the rush. Maddox had to hurry, but again, when it hit the ground, got a good favorable bounce inside the 20-yard line, just about the 17, where Auburn will have their second possession of the evening. Auburn comes out now. They've got their single running back.
Yeah, Holt's under center here, just a single back, and he does hand it off to 22. That is Rilardo Hutchinson, and he looks like he run a long ways, but for no gain. Dothan really strung that out nicely to the far side.
Again, Larius Underwood, number 41, doing a good job, not giving up containment. Had help from Tyrese Bowden, number 36. Really a long run, no gain on the play. And we'll be back after this station identification.
Hold under center. It's a second down, 10 to go, and he breaks it right up the middle that time. Off the left side of the Dothan defensive line, first down yardage out to about the 42. Nice running play by the Auburn Tigers.
Leading the way, I believe that was Thomas doing the running. Popped the quick trap right over left guard. Found some daylight. Followed his blocking well. Moves it out. Huge gain for the Auburn Tigers, getting it out of the shade of their own goal post.
Dothan had a great opportunity to really hold them and force a punting situation with 2nd and 10. Let them escape. Got a first down now at their own 41-yard line. Hold under center. He takes the snap. Handoff straight up the middle, and it's going to be about a 3-yard gain.
Basically the same play out of another formation. Put two wings. Started in motion, number 22, Ronaldo Hutchison, from left to right. But again, quick handoff, the quick hitter to Harrison Thomas.
It's going to
better defensive play there, held them to a shorter gain.
Looking at about a 2nd and 6 here for the Auburn Tigers at their own 44-yard line. Single wide out to the near side. Single wing formation in the backfield. Hold under center. Takes a snap. Hands off to number 2 that time. Harrison Thomas again. And he's being brought down just on the Dothan side of the 50. He looks like he's going to be just short of first down yardage, which is going to set up a 3rd down and less than a yard to go for the Auburn first down.
And this is one of those plays right here you've got to really watch for the play pass. In for the Dothan Tigers on the defensive line. We're bringing in number 74. That's Kevin.
Looks like that's Kevin Tigg there coming in for Dothan. But it looks like there's going to be a break in the action here. That's the end of the first quarter with your score. Dothan High 7, Auburn nothing. Back in 60 seconds, this is Dothan High football. A double wing formation, single wide out to the far side. Holt's under center. We get play, and Mike, I don't know what the officials, like we're having a problem on the far side.
Something about the way the chains are marked there. They're making sure that it's in the right spot. It was 3rd and less than 1, probably maybe a foot or so. But again, you've got to make sure everything's in the right order. They do.
And it's a quarterback sneak, and I don't know.
Yes.
I tell you what, that's going to be close. He got a little bit of a surge, but the Dothan High defense really did a nice job stacking it up at the line of scrimmage.
Try to get in there, and I'm more than likely going to be calling timeout for the measurement.
Oh, we lost this.
We lost it.
Jared Ringy.
10 seconds left. Okay.
He's telling us we got 10 seconds here.
10 seconds.
5, 4, and it's going to be 4th down, and looks like inches to go for the Auburn Tigers. Just over midfield in Dothan High territory, and it looks like the Auburn offense is going to stay on the football field. They will be going for it on 4th down.
Good job by the official on this side, because what happened to Holt when he hit the line of scrimmage, the knee went down and he marked the spot. They didn't give him the crawling yardage, and it looks like Auburn's going to line up, go for it here, 4th down and less than 1.
4th and less than 1 coming out in the single wing. 2 backs on offside. Single wide out to the far side. Official spots the ball. Now Holt's under center. He's taking the snap, and he's a quick pitch left side. There's a fumble on the play, They pick it up, but it's snuffed out at the Auburn 46-yard line. Dothan holds and has first down at the Auburn 46 going in. Nice job, a little bobble of the snap there, and then the play never developed, Mike.
Kevin Williams is riding on the play we saw Auburn run against the Dothan Tigers in a very exciting game last year. Quick pitch to the weak side of the formation. Kevin Williams got upfield, and really the pass from Holt was not a very good one. Hit the man in the back right shoulder, went to the ground. The scramble came up for it, but the most important thing is they didn't get the first down. Dothan has excellent field position to start their third possession of the game.
All right, first down, Dothan High. Nance under center has got his own 46-yard line. Double wide outs to the near side, single wide out to the far side. I formation, handoff deep in the backfield, and he's not getting anything. Looks like even he may have lost a yard.
They brought the strong safety that time, number 6. Marshall got up the field, really didn't make the hit, but disrupted the play enough. Dothan lucky to get almost back to the line of scrimmage on that play.
Yeah, it did. It's like it's going to set up a 2nd and 12 to go here. Dothan coming out, and they are going to come out in a twins formation on either side, single back as we've seen a lot tonight. McIntyre, and now Nance steps up under center. He takes a snap. He's looking to the far side, sets up a screen in the middle of McIntyre. He's got a little running room, and it breaks a tackle and almost broke it, but he does manage to get down to the Auburn, looks like about the 42-yard line that time.
Just a good reaction. Again, number 6, Rod Marshall, or McIntyre's going to make a huge chunk of yardage on the play. We read it well. Nance sold the screen. The offensive line did their part. Just coming a step or two away from it. You got to credit Marshall with a good play there. Rod Marshall, number 6.
He did. He stepped up and closed on the play. That one man prevented a big gain for the Dothan High Tigers that time. Setting up, looks like a 3rd down. We'll call it a long 6 here for Dothan.
And it looks like Auburn's going to start gambling. They've been sending somebody nearly every play the last 2 series. Let's see who comes here. Looks like both linebackers.
Now, twins to the far side, 2 backs in the backfield for Dothan. Shotgun, Nance takes the snap, looks far side. He's throwing deep. He's got a man open. Just off the hands that time of number 9, Simon Davis, at about the 18-yard line. Nice thrown football, but he just could not come up with a catch there.
Simon had to turn just a little bit to get his hands up, and there's one of those that if you ask Simon Davis, I should have caught the ball, he's going to say, yes, sir, I should have caught that one right there. That's my bad. But again, it falls to the ground. Punting situation for the Dothan Tigers. Let's see if we can keep them backed up.
Jarrett Maddox in punt formation for Dothan here. Ball spotted at the 42, and looks like we've got some late substitutions coming in for Dothan here. Number 2, Ryan Barnes, and 13, Brandon McGriff. Said Maddox in punt formation, takes a snap, and the kick is away, and it is a high kick coming down and going out of bounds. Looks like at about the 15-yard line. Nope, check that. The official changes the spot, coming up to the 18-yard line.
That's just a high floater. And again, pressure coming from our right side by the Auburn Tigers. Again, looked like Marshall, number 6, doing the job, putting some pressure on Maddox. But again, the Dothan Tigers trying to kick it away from the return man, pin them back just inside the 20th to 19 where Auburn takes over.
Auburn is going to start at their own 19-yard line here. Dothan's got them backed up, as has been the case most of the first half of the football game here. Hold under center, single wing formation, 1 wide out to the far side. They give to the left side, and there is nothing there. Met by a host of Tigers, and barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage, looks like.
That time, Kevin Williams, although he didn't make the tackle, did a good job on the blocker when he took him on. And when he did, stuffed him into the hole. Nowhere for him to run. He runs in the back of the blocker. Down he goes, 2nd and 10.
Like, it is going to be 2nd and 10 there. That was a good job, like you mentioned, of Kevin getting penetration that time, disrupting the play. Never got started at all, and by that time, a host of Tiger teammates were there to make the play. Double wing formation, hold under center here, takes the snap, and another straight handoff, and he does bust it up the middle, and he's got running room. He's at midfield and down the 45-yard line. He's busted it straight up the middle of the Tiger defense.
Again, Harrison Thomas, the fullback, just running right over left guard. Finds some daylight, bounced off of one man at the line of scrimmage, didn't lock him up, brought him down, Huge gain again by Thomas. He's been their offense so far this season. The fullback.
He has indeed been the offense for the Auburn Tigers. Looked like they got a little quick pop there, sealed the Dothan linebackers, and then there was running room galore at that point. Sets up a first down inside the 44-yard line. The Dothan High Tigers. Holt takes the snap, hands off to number 36, and that is Jamie Howard, and he gets down to right at the 40-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 4 yards on the first down play, setting up a 2nd and 6.
Well, according to the Auburn radio crew, that Thomas or Howard, number 36, Jamie Howard, was their go-to guy on the ground. And so far tonight, though, it's been Harrison Thomas, the fullback. That's just what you try to do in that wing T formation. Find something that works, ride it till they stop it, and it has been Thomas.
Absolutely. Double wing formation. Wide out in the near side. Holt takes a snap. The fumble on the play, and he's going down as it owns 45-yard line. Looks like he really never got the handle on the football, and does end up, the Dothan Tigers make the play, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage all the way back to the 45. Looks like it's going to be a 3rd and 11 now for Auburn.
Well, Holt trying to hand off or maybe just fake the handoff. They ran together there at the 45-yard line, went down for a huge loss. Have them backed up, 3rd down, long 10.
Nice break there for Dothan High. Sets up 3rd and long, 11 to be exact, for the Auburn Tigers at the Dothan 45-yard line. Single wing formation. Holt back to pass. He's looking, looks like set up a screen in the middle, and does pick up about 7 yards, but it's going to be about 3 yards short of first down yardage. Pass completed to Danny Perry that time, the tight end. And Auburn is sending in the kicking team.
That time the tight end screen played right over the middle. Had 4 Dothan Tigers react to it well. Tyree Urey leading the charge up there to make the hit.
The man on the catch, Danny Perry, is in punt formation for the Auburn Tigers. Ball at the 40-yard line. Likes Dennis Drury deep for Dothan. He kicks it away from him and does go out of bounds just inside the 15. Looks like it's going to be spotted around the 14-yard line. It's 6:41 to go in the second quarter. 7-0 score. Dothan leading. Back.
Just go over the play. Rondell Hodge picks up over left.
Rondell Hodge, ball carrier. Shot by number 8, Brian Marco.
Razell Hodge picked up, looks like about 3 yards there on first down. Dothan was starting for their own 14, setting up a second, and looks like a long 7 for Dothan.
After having Auburn break a couple of fullback blasts right over guard, Dothan Tigers try to do it. Don't get near as much yards. 2nd down and 7.
Dothan with a little different look offensively on this series. Twins near side in the I formation. Pitch back to McIntyre. He finds a little running room on the outside and looks like he is going to be close to first down yards. Let's see where the spot is.
And the way they're spotting it, it's going to be awfully close. Don't be surprised if we see them bring across the change for the measurement as they start eagle lining across the field.
And the officials are calling a timeout for the measurement here.
We have a poor enough angle. There's no way that I'd speculate on how close this one is.
Yeah, we've got a host of Tiger coaching staff and officials blocking our view here, but we can tell it is going to be very close indeed. That was a nice play. Dothan, a little different look offensively that time. Come out in the I formation instead of the single back with the twins on either side that we've seen for the majority of the ball game so far.
Well, a little bit of conservative too, but when you get backed up down there, you know you had the real good drive to start off with. And as they put the chains down, still going to be
about a foot.
Half a foot, so to go for a first down. Make it's going to be 3rd and half a foot. But what you try to do, make a couple of first downs. If nothing else, you run down the most of, or really what's left of 5:44 in the second quarter here, and you don't have to punt from so deep, which in turn means Auburn winds up with reasonably good field position for one last shot at it. You don't want anything to change the momentum the way it's going. And of course now, The head official out there doing a good job calling his timeout for a heat stoppage. And so we'll be back after this 1 minute timeout ourselves.
Full house backfield for Dothan. Single wide out to the far side. Nance under center. And he's barking out the signals. Like he's trying to draw one off. He does give the snap to McIntyre. A little bit of run room. Can he? He does not. He does not get it. He, matter of fact, is going to lose yardage on the play.
Again, one man to beat out there. That's Rod Marshall, number 6, doing a good job of blocking up McIntyre. One man to beat, and it's clean green down the sideline. Marshall wrapped him up. Going to wind up losing a couple of yards.
Looks like Dothan is going to have to punt again, and Auburn should come out of this with pretty good field position.
Maybe we can see Maddox get off one of those boomers. If we've got a penalty on the substitution, they're not going to let it go.
No, they're not. Jarrett Maddox in punt formation. Auburn coming after, almost gets it. And fair catch called for at the 37-yard line by number 1 Chris King for the Auburn Tigers.
And that's what we need to see. Good, strong kick by Maddox. Going to be over a 40-yarder there. What, about 43 maybe?
About 43, and
like that.
We're looking at 4:51 to go in the second quarter. 7-0 Dothan. Back in 30 seconds. This is Dothan Tiger football. Pass incomplete that time on first down play for the Auburn Tigers after the timeout. Trying to get the ball to the tight end, Danny Perry. It's going to set up a 2nd down and 10 for Auburn as we come back from the break here. 4:45 to go in the second quarter. Dothan leading the ball game 7-0 over the Auburn Tigers here.
Auburn, Hope just couldn't get enough on the ball. Hope running to his left, trying to throw to his right. Just wasn't able to get it there.
Double wing formation, single wide out to the near side. Hope with a pitch right up the gut that time. Looks like it goes for about 3, maybe 4 yards out to the 41-yard line. It's going to set up a 3rd down and 6 to go for the Auburn Tigers.
Same play we've seen them take huge chunks of turf away from the Dothan Tigers. That time Gary Creekmore slid down the line, made the hit, and we'll take that after what we've seen, 20 and 30 yards by the fullback Thomas.
Absolutely. That's a nice play by Creekmore that time. Single wing formation, single wide out the near side for the Auburn Tigers. Hope fakes, and he's got pressure in the backfield. Does get it off, but had nothing on that pass. Pressure that time from Dothan.
Kevin Williams, number 86, coming in from his defensive end. Fooled 2 times earlier in the first quarter on that bootleg action. After that, he's been there. Contained man, which means you don't let him get around him to the sidelines. Had enough pressure on him, the ball falls incomplete, and Auburn will have to kick it away, and Dothan still has 4:06 left.
4:06 indeed. Danny Perry in punt formation for the Auburn Tigers at their own 40. Dennis Drury deep. Dothan does put a little pressure on. Nice acting job by Perry that time, trying to draw the flag from the official. He is not going to get it. Looks like Dothan's going to be in business at their own 21-yard line.
Well, he does what any good punter's told to do. If you get touched,
yeah, it was
dying, I'm dead.
I don't think that was an Academy Award winner that time.
But his foot had already come back down to the ground, and again, could have been blocked into him as well. But Dothan has the ball, 1st and 10 on their own 22 for one more shot at it with 3:52 left in the second quarter.
That's right, 3:52 to go in the second quarter, 7-0 Dothan. Nance under center in the I formation. Dothan at their own 23-yard line. Man in motion. The pitch coming to the near side is McIntyre, and he is hit at the line of scrimmage and doesn't look like he's going to get much of anything.
It appears to me that they've done assign Rod Marshall to follow Ken McIntyre wherever he goes, because it seems like every time he touches the football, that's where you find Rod Marshall, and they have met several times.
I have certainly called his name, as you have plenty this evening, as he is playing a well of a football game, and I do think they are keen on McIntyre right now. So Dothan is faced with a 2nd down, 9 to go. Ball is resting at their own 24-yard line. Single wide outs to either side. Looks like it's going to be 2 men in the backfield. Nance under center. Takes a snap, quick pitch, and there's a fumble on the play. He does get it back, but it's going to be a big loss for Dothan all the way back to, it looks like, about the 17-yard line.
Cedric Persons coming up, number 66, to make the hit, but Hodge bobbling the pitch, gives Auburn a chance, and they're going to call their timeout, their second timeout of the first half, here with 2:48 left to go.
With 2:48 to go here in the second quarter, 7-0 Dothan. We're back in 1 minute. This is Dothan Tiger football. 15 to go for Dothan. The ball resting on their own 17-yard line right now. Twins to the far side, single receiver to the near side. I formation, man in motion for Dothan. Quick toss to the far side, and it looks like it's been lateral, but he is going nowhere.
Now the question will be, will Auburn call their last timeout, or will Dothan be able to run another 30 seconds or so off the clock as they get it set? That time Simon Davis had a problem catching the ball, but alertly when he dropped it, he got on it because it was a backward pass, which is a lateral by rule, free ball. He alertly picked it up, got what he could out of it, and more importantly, didn't run out of bounds to kill the clock. So Dothan's having to line up again and rely on Maddox to back him up deep.
It's time for a big punt from Jarrett Maddox right now. He gets it away, and it is a high wobbly kick, calling for a fair catch at his own 45 is number 1, Chris King. And that's where Auburn is going to be in business from their own 45-yard line. Minute 59 to go here in the second quarter. Dothan leading 7-0.
Again, all real close to getting their hands on the football, but that time Maddox got a good hanger up in the air. King real wisely called for the fair catch, caught it, had some company down there, McGriff, just one of the many down there, and Auburn has 1:59 left to see if they can put some points on the board.
Double wing formation, hold under center, man in motion for Auburn to give straight up the gut. And dragging tacklers with him is Harrison Thomas, and he is up to midfield.
Marius Thomas that time made the hit, but that same play we've seen break for huge chunk of yardage right before he got through the line. Marius Thomas, Underwood, brought Thomas to the ground, second down.
And the second, we'll call it a long 5 here for the Auburn Tigers, just over the midfield stripe. Double wing formation, the man in motion. His option play to the far side, and Holt in trouble. He's going backwards and just throws it away. And there was a man in the area, but he was definitely getting rid of the football as the heat was on.
He was throwing it there, but we do have a flag here at the midfield stripe.
I think there might have been someone doing a little holding that time, Mike.
And usually you see the holding come from the umpire taking the flag off because the ball, maybe it was a lineman went downfield or something other, but since the ball never crossed the line of scrimmage, you have no penalty. So whatever the reason, they wave it off, third down and long with 1:21 left in the second quarter.
They do wave it off indeed, setting up a third down. And again, we'll call it a long 5 for the Auburn Tigers, just over the midfield stripe here. 1:21 to go in the second quarter. Dothan leading 7-0. They're coming out in the double wing formation, wide out to the near side, hold under center, man in motion, and he does give on the inside, and there is running room that time. And he looks like he has picked up first down yardage at 42. Brian Young with the carry.
Wing back counter again, misdirection if you will. They fake everybody going to the right. Got a good block on our defensive end that time on their left side, our right. Turned it, picked up first down yardage. And again, when they set the markers, the clock will start with 1:10 left.
1:10 to go, ball resting at the Dothan 44-yard line. Holt spikes the ball, stopping the clock with 1:06. And Dothan leading 7-0 here. Auburn looks like they want to talk about it here as Holt does go over and wants to confer with Coach Robert Maddox and his staff on the far side. Looks like we have a Dothan timeout right now.
So we'll just keep it here at this timeout. Dothan Tigers went up early with 8:04 left in the first quarter on the arm of Brent Nance. 20-yard touchdown pass to Rozelle Hodge, who took it into the end zone. And after that, the long drive of some, 90 yards there, the culmination of it. First quarter yardage, looked like Dothan was going to score a lot of points. but they played between the 20s the remainder of the first half here, Shannon.
They have. Dothan has had good field position for the majority of the first half of this ball game, keeping Auburn pinned back. Dothan doing some things that they haven't done as much this year, coming out, doing a lot of single back, twins on either side, trying to establish throwing the football tonight, and did cause some problems early against the Auburn Tigers. Made some adjustments.
And one thing that we really hadn't seen a whole lot of, a huge break on the deflection from Jerry to Patrick Reeves, which really got us out of a hole, it got us moving, that we were able to score on the first quarter, the first drive.
That was a huge play in that opening possession. Now, timeout over. Holt under center. He's looking his left side, back to pass, and he does throw. Looks like it is short. It is short. Incomplete pass there as he had a receiver open at the 39-yard line. But it's going to set up a 3rd and 10 for the Auburn Tigers here. 1:01 to go in the second quarter.
Just working short passes, trying to get him to the sidelines, throw it out there, and if your cornerback gets a good read on it, a good break over there in coverage on that side is Ryan Barnes. If he steps in front of it, it could be a sudden change here.
Oh, he had nothing but green grass and sidelines that time. Double wing formation, single wide out the near side. Hold under center. He takes a snap, going back to pass. He's looking. He is moving the right-hand side. He's being pressured right now. He's got a lot of pressure, and he is just throwing it away, looks like. Does have a receiver somewhere in the vicinity, number 22, it looked like. Rilardo Hutchinson, but that was very close to being grounding.
Well, I tell you what, this thing he did right there is not take a 20, 25-yard sack, throwing the ball from deep within his territory, and again, able to get it to the sidelines, killing the clock, 4th down, and they're taking their last timeout with one shot at it to go here, 48.5 seconds left in the second quarter. Dothan bringing the defense over here. Don't want to give them a big play here.
No, indeed they don't. I tell you what, a heady play by Holt that time, and Hutchinson coming back to the football, saw his quarterback in trouble, did not want to take the sack there, and it's going to set up a 4th down and 10 for the Auburn Tigers. We're in the middle of a timeout right now.
So we'll be back after this station identification.
I thought we could hold it at halftime. My bad. Okay. And we're back here. 48 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Dothan leading 7-0 here at Rip Hughes Stadium. Shannon Collins along with Mike Hutto. Auburn Tigers faced with a 4th down, 10 to go at the Dothan 44-yard line. And it looks like they are indeed going to punt it away. Dothan not really buying it. Dennis Drury back deep, but he's letting that football roll wisely as it does roll into the end zone.
That's one of those ones you don't tell him to touch it, no matter where it goes.
Get
it's
out of the way.
You let it rip with the 30, right at 40 seconds left. You have a chance. You want to try to do something here, you can, but don't be surprised if we just set her down and let the clock run out here.
That's a smart play. Let's take this 7-0 lead into halftime. Good momentum coming out. Auburn will be getting the football to start the second half here. 39.6 seconds to be exact to go here in the second quarter. Dothan leading 7-0. Good ball game here from Rip Hughes Stadium on homecoming 2002.
Oh, they can't. They just want to go off sideline. They can't do that.
We've got too many on the field now.
Yeah, I believe we do have too many, as Dothan is going to have to call a timeout. A little confusion on the Tiger offense. Yeah, Dothan calling timeout.
I believe we got one too many wide receivers in play, and 12 don't get it.
Well, I saw about 5 out there, and I usually don't see quite that many.
Unless you don't have anybody back behind Nance, and we did have the running back in there. Again, Dothan brings them over the sidelines, gets it straight, sends them out there.
I think the staff's got the offensive alignment on the correct page now for Dothan. Probably going to run out the clock here. 40 seconds to go in the second quarter. Dothan leading 7-0 here from Rip Hughes Stadium. Dothan and the Auburn Tigers locked up in a good football game here this evening.
Probably just a draw play here to get it going, and maybe if he breaks one, you can do something.
Now, Nance is throwing the football, and it is intercepted. It is intercepted and down inside the 10-yard line at the 8 on the interception that time.
Trey Story, number 50, dropped back in linebacker in coverage, got his hands up, went up, caught it, returned it down to the 10-yard line, just inside the 10 at 9-yard line, where they will have 27 snaps or 27 seconds to see how many snaps they can get in, and if they can get it in the end zone, we go in a tie score.
Big break for the Auburn Tigers here. Dothan electing to try to get some more points before the half. The ball was picked off in the pants from Nance, returned inside the Dothan 10 to about the 9-yard line, where Auburn is in business with 27 seconds to go. First and goal to go.
They have no timeout.
Oh, back to pass. He throws it up in the corner of the end zone, and it is knocked away. Incomplete. A little contact down there, but no flag.
I think we got away, maybe got away with one there. Drury did get his hand on the football.
I was trying to be very kind with that, Mike. I have to agree with you. It does set up a second down and goal to go from the 8-yard line. Dothan leading 7-0 here. 20 seconds to go before the half.
After having some poorly thrown balls, Holt had plenty of air into there, just a fade route going into the corner of the end zone, left deep corner, trying to hit Chris King, number 1.
Auburn with no timeout, single back in the backfield. Holt under center, he's back to pass, looking to the far side. He's got pressure on him, and they almost had him there. He's got some running room, and he is down at the second.
They don't have the timeout from this close. You like to see them kick it from that side because it's a better angle for the kicker.
The ball's actually going to be spotted down at about the 8-yard line, 18-yard attempt. There are flags on the play. Auburn is set to try another field goal here. There's the snap. There's the kick. It's up, and it is good. And that is it. Your halftime score, Dothan 7, Auburn 3. Back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Dothan Tiger Football.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to 2002 Dothan High School Homecoming. On behalf of Dr. Jim McCarty, Dr. Leon Hobbs, school board, administration, faculty, and staff at Dothan High School, welcome. And now we present the homecoming court for 2002. Ninth grade attendant, Erica Lane. She is the daughter of Sheila and Charles Lane. She is escorted by her brother, Maurice Franklin. Ninth grade attendant, Summerlin Kendrick. She is the daughter of Terry and Mickey Kendrick. She is escorted by her father, Terry Kendrick. Tommy Alford, 10th grade attendant. She is the daughter of Tommy Alford and Judy Shimoda. She is escorted by her father, Tommy Alford. 10th grade attendant, Katie Maddox. She is the daughter of Steve and Drew Maddox. She is escorted by her father, Steve Maddox. 10th grade attendant, Kendra Lewis. She is the daughter of Edward and Kim Lewis. She is escorted by her father, Edward Lewis. 11th grade attendant, Teresa Richardson. She is the daughter of Elaine Howard. She is escorted by her godfather, Mike Smith. 11th grade attendant, Ashton Benton. She is the daughter of Kelly Noble and Michael Benton. She is escorted by her father, Michael Benton. The 11th grade attendant, Ashley Smith. She is the daughter of Sandra Smith. She is escorted by her uncle, John Smith. Megan Adams, 12th grade attendant. She is the daughter of Bruce and Nikki Adams. She is escorted by her father, Bruce Adams. Rita Patel, 12th grade attendant. She is the daughter of Dee Patel. She is escorted by her brother, Jake Patel. Sabrina Reeves, 12th grade attendant. She is the daughter of Brenda Reeves, and she is escorted by her godfather, Alonzo Wilson. Maid of Honor, Leanne Johnson. She is the daughter of Ron and Janet Johnson. She is escorted by her stepfather, Rudy Mora. Dolly Patel, Maid of Honor. She is the daughter of Suresh and Sumitra Patel, and she is escorted by her brother, Mikal Patel. Maid of Honor, Ariel Fletcher. She is the daughter of Eva Jones, and she is escorted by her stepfather, Ronald Jones. The 2002 Dothan High School homecoming king, Seth Hager. He is the son of Terry and Kay Hager. He is escorted by his mother, Kay Hager. The crown bearer is Matthew Hart. Seth is crowned by Sylvia Dean, SGA sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2002 Dothan High School homecoming queen, Yolanda Johnson. She is the daughter of Bruce Johnson. She is escorted by her brother, Chuck Johnson. Crown bearer is God Galloway. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2002-2003 Dothan High School homecoming court.
Ronaldo Hutchison, and number 6, who has been huge on defense for Auburn, Rod Marshall.
He's been a good player all night long. Okay, B.J. Hall Kicking the football, it is coming to Ronaldo Hutchinson at the goal line, and indeed it did get into the end zone for a touchback. The ball's going to come out to the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Auburn Tigers at that point.
Kicking the ball from the right hash mark, lands a good high kick, lands about 2 yards deep in the end zone. Auburn has their first possession here on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
Mike's going to be interesting. Also, Kevin Williams for Dothan has had a tremendous first half. A lot of pressure when Auburn has tried to throw the football and also just disrupting their running plays. Let's see what type of half he has here. All right, single wing formation, wide out the near side. Here's the toss to number 22 for the Auburn Tigers, and that is Ronaldo Hutchinson, and he picks up, looks like about 2 to 3 yards on that first down play.
Trying to run the wingback trap back from left to right. Dothan reacted well, give him a 3-yard gain, put him down hard there. It looked like Creekmore in on the hit.
Good job by Creekmore that time. Sets up a 2nd down, 7 yards to go. Just starting the 3rd quarter here from Rick Hughes Stadium in Dothan. The Dothan Tigers lead the Auburn Tigers 7-3. Holt under center right now. The handoff. No, he's going back to pass, and he does throw it to tight end, and he drops the football. That did have a little running room, little something working out on the far side, and the pass falls incomplete.
Looked like he's trying to hit Jamie Howard, number 36, out there in the flat that time. Some reason when you hit them in the hands, they just don't come up with it right there. Dothan catches a break when it falls to the ground off of Howard's hands. 3rd down and 7.
They got a break that time, but we'll take it too. 3rd and 7 for the Dothan High Tigers. 11:18 to go here, just starting the 3rd quarter from Rick Hughes Stadium. Shannon Collins filling in for Gil tonight along with Mike Hutto. Holt under center. Single wide out near side. He is throwing to that wide out. Completed pass, and he does make additional yardage. He's got first down yardage up to, looks like about the 39-yard line. It is good enough for a first down. I thought he was going to be knocked out of bounds when he first caught the football. It would have been short, but he did manage to escape and pick up first down yardage.
He got out of the grasp of Zarek Thomas, number 3, just running the quick out, man-for-man coverage. And what you try to do, you lock up one-on-one, beat me if you can. That time, the receiver, Chris King, was able to pull away for a huge first down. Auburn 1st and 10 on the 39.
Hold under center. I think that is a little pop there that time. The man that's been tough all night long, Harrison Thomas, and he pops it for about 13 yards. It's a first down.
That time reversed out, did Holt, the quarterback, gave it to Harrison, over right guard that time. 12-yard gain. They have it on our side of the field, 1st and 10 on the 48. And it looks like they got enough momentum out of the field goal to come out strong here this 3rd quarter.
They are coming out, and it is, I guess, the 2nd first down picked up by the Auburn Tigers here on this drive early in the 3rd quarter. Holt rolling out to his right, running the option, and he is met, and looks like he is going to be put down at about the line of scrimmage here. No gain. Nice play by the Dothan defense.
You just can't play an option any better that time. Holt reversed out. Josh West just flowed right down the line with him. Nobody there to pick up. Jerry, number 4, out on the pitch, man. When he turned it up, there's Josh West waiting on him and puts him down at the line of scrimmage, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
They did string that play out nicely. No running room for the quarterback that time. He's going to set up a 2nd down, 10 yards to go at the Dothan 48-yard line. Single wing, man in motion here. And there's like the little inside trap. He's got running room across the 40, and he is going to be inside the 40, looks like about the 38-yard line. It's going to be very close to the first down yardage.
The spot right there is going to favor the Dothan Tigers. They're going to still like about a half yard, but again, misdirection that time. Started everybody to the right, run the wingback trap to the left to Jamie Howard, number 36. Picked up a good block from his pulling lineman. Almost first down yard, 3rd and short.
3rd and short, single wing formation. Little pop there to the man that's been giving Dothan problems all night, Harrison Thomas, and he's got the first down inside the 35 to about the 34-yard line.
That time the Auburn Tigers came out with a different look. They went man over or an unbalanced line to the right and ran the fullback Thomas right to the formation that time. Just one more blocker on that side of the football, able to push the stakes. 1st and 10 again now, just inside the 35.
First down for Auburn. Like Mike said, just inside the 35-yard line. Single wide out the near side. Straight handoff. And he's going to be met for a very short gain. Looks like a pickup of about 2.
That time Howard met right in the hole that time by Hughes. Larius Underwood, number 62. I didn't give him his first name there, but that's John Hughes. And just really put him to the ground about the time he took the handoff. Going to get maybe a yard out of the play, second down and long.
Second down, we'll call it a short 9, long 8, however you want to look at it here. Auburn with a double wing formation, man in motion coming to the near side, and he's met in the backfield, fumbles the football, and he does pick it up and throws it, and incomplete.
The Dothan Tigers really escaped a break that time because the fullback is out of the flat. You've seen it on TV so many times. You got 2 receivers in the same area. Somebody's broken a pattern that time. Fullback Harrison Thomas went up to try to catch it when he looked like he was throwing to the tight end that he cut across the field. If Thomas don't get his hands on it, he comes right down into the tight end's lap. I mean, Denny Perry right there waiting on the football that deflected away by his own man. Dothan catches another huge break.
Certainly caught a break that time. So we'll bring up third down and long. And there's the inside give, and he's going basically nowhere. Maybe a pickup of 1 or 2. Very short gain that time for the Auburn Tigers. Going to bring up fourth down, and looks like about 7 yards to go.
I was thinking they might want to try to run a play here, but it looks like they're going to try to pin us back deep in our own territory right here. Not even going to be surprised. Oh, they're going to line up for a 50-yard field goal here.
That would be along with Coach Addison did mention to me today that the kicking game for Auburn, they did have a very strong leg. The kicker had a strong leg. Consistency was a factor there, but this is not surprising to see them attempting the long field goal. But that one was well short that time. Good break for Dothan.
And unlike the college or pro rule, you get it 1st and 10 on the 20. Why not give it a shot? Then you can maybe, if Dothan doesn't put any more points on the board, after a drive of over 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes, Dothan's able to take over on downs when they cannot connect the 50-yard field goal.
No, that's a great point you made. They attempt the field goal. Nothing harm there. They get the ball, Dothan does, at their own 20, so it's almost as good as a punt. We're going to see what Dothan's going to come out with. It looks like the same formation successful in the first half. Dothan with twins to either side. Single setback, McIntyre, hold under center. Give to McIntyre straight ahead. Got a little running room across the 25, across the 30, and up to about the 35-yard line. Kenny McIntyre with a nice run. First down play for Dothan. Nice way to start the second half for the Tigers.
And Ken McIntyre, 2 real huge moves, breaking back to his left, able to avoid the would-be Auburn Tiger tacklers. Picked up 15 yards on 1st and 10. And when you're able to run the football, you just can't lay your ears back and rush the passer.
Tell you what, that's a great point, and if we are able to establish a little bit of the run there, this could be a good half indeed for the Dothan High Tigers. Twin wideouts to either side again. Single setback is McIntyre. Nance under center. Takes a snap. Handoff again to McIntyre. He's trying to get outside. He does find it. He's over 40 to 45. Across midfield, and looks like he's going to be down at the Auburn 48-yard line. Another first down. Ken McIntyre with a great run was able to make it to the corner, Mike, and hey, good yardage here.
Jared Maddox, number 11, with the block on this side, getting him sprung around the wide side right. McIntyre's able to pick up another first down now with 2 plays. Dothan's moved it about right at 32 yards, 1st and 10.
I don't know if they've seen a little something at halftime here, made some adjustments, but running game early in the third quarter here for the Dothan High Tigers looking good. Again, twin wideouts to either side. McIntyre single setback. Nance back to pass, does complete the pass. And that is number 32, Razel Hodge, and he is down to the 40-yard line, so an 8-yard gain on first down that time, but there is a penalty flag on the play.
On the far side over there.
The officials meeting at about the 44-yard line conversing. see what this is. Some of the Auburn players are motioning that it is against Dothan. We haven't seen an official indication yet. It is an official timeout.
Chop block.
Their signal is a chop block against the Tigers, and that is unfortunate because there's tremendous momentum here on Dothan's opening drive of the second half. I did not see that. I don't know about you, Mike, but
That was well away from the play all the way across, but of course it happens maybe 3 steps in front of your head linesman over there that's in charge of the chain crew. He has to throw the flag, and of course Coach Maddox is over there 2 steps behind him.
Oh, he's encouraging the flag.
Oh, he's helping him out.
I'm sure he is.
Of course, again, the chop block and the low block is meant to protect the players from those severe knee injuries that you too often see.
And this is a major distance penalty here. Obviously, well away from the play, but behind it, the ball going all the way back to Dothan's own 36-yard line.
But what Auburn has done is drop their defensive end off the ball a little bit and widen them. And they've lined up with a 3-man rush on most occasions, but every now and then you'll see the ends or one of the linebackers step up, basically what you see right now.
Major distance penalty makes it 1st and 25 for Dothan at their own 36-yard line. Nance in the handoff. Looks like it's McIntyre again. Does get out on the corner. Makes it up to about the 43-yard line where he goes out of bounds in. There's number 70 there for the Auburn Tigers. A little slow getting up. That is L.D. Scott. He is trying to get off the football field, moving very slowly right now.
Give it on that left leg right there. You hate to see him. I don't know whether it's just a cramp, but he already has either some type of brace there on that left ankle.
Yeah, he does. I don't know if it's had cramping or some ankle sprain, but he's definitely walking off the field slow. Auburn, frankly, not with a lot of football players. I think they're dressing out in the mid-30s here. So
you've got your cornerback over here playing, your quarterback on offense playing cornerback on defense, and you just don't see that in 6A football.
No, you don't. I mean, Coach Maddox and his staff definitely playing with depleted numbers, to say the least here. Nance back to pass, and it's complete right there. Nice completion. That is number 6, Patrick Reeves, and he is across midfield all the way down to the 45-yard line. So we're looking at a 3rd down play and about 6.5, call it a short 7 to go for Dothan when they had 1st down and 25 after the chop block moved them back to their own 36-yard line.
And it could be huge if they get another 6.5 yards here and convert even after the penalty. But that time Reeves just did a skinny post or the quick post, if you will. Good throw by Nance. Reeves caught it. Got a few more extra yardage after the catch. 3rd down now, and you've got it in a makeable situation.
Yes, you do. Twins to either side. Nance back to pass. A little bit of pressure rolling to the right. He does throw, and that one is a little short there. He was rolling out to the right, had a little pressure on him. Incompleted pass. He was trying to get the football to number 11, Jared Maddox at times. Going to bring up 4th down, and you're looking at 7 yards to go for the Tigers. And looks like they are going to bring in the punting team.
And of course, with the official timeout, we'll be back in 1 minute. Dothan Tigers punting situation, 4th down and about 7, punting from the Auburn Tigers 45. Jared Maddox is going to try to pin them back deep.
And there is the punt. Not a lot of pressure. Nice kick. Calling for a fair catch at about the 13-yard line is number 1, Chris King, where Auburn is going to be in business with 4:51 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Dothan still holding a 7-3 lead.
Slim, but it's still a lead there, Shannon. And of course, in Gill's absence, we have one of those engineers finally helping us out and giving us what to do. And we appreciate Mr. Terry Birdsong coming up to the booth, helping us out, making sure we do all the radio things the right way.
Helping us out, bailing us out, whatever you want to call it there.
All the same. We could list another 1 or 2 things.
Terry's doing a great job. We really appreciate it. There's Holt the handoff, and it is number 42. That is Brian Young, who has played a whale of a game at linebacker. Another one of those players for Auburn playing both ways.
And that time they came out, unbalanced line to the right, wing back, lined up left was number 42. Went in motion, did run. Young took the handoff from Holt, the quarterback, picked up the better part of 7 yards. It is going to be 2nd and 3 for Auburn.
2nd and 3 it is, single wing formation. Holt does pitch out again. It's going to be 42 Young, and I believe he does have first down yardage, like he's across the 25 or right at the 25-yard line, but it is enough for the first down.
That's huge when you can get them backed up. But again, the idea for the offense, the defense, excuse me, is to come out and stop it, but then you've got to credit Auburn blocking the way. They have seemed to be working on the Dothan Tigers' left defensive side most of the second half.
Yeah, they're trying to seal off that end and have done a good job so far. Single wing formation, one wide out near side. There's a short handoff, little pop. There's that man again. It's Thomas.
He dropped the ball.
He did lay it on the ground, and there's a scramble for the football. Dothan's indicating they do have it. Let's see. And official indication, it's Dothan's football. The first turnover of the evening.
That looked like Brandon McGriff. It is number 13, Brandon McGriff. Looked like he stripped it and got it on the hop that time. So many times after contact, that runner, and in this case, the runner was again Harrison Thomas. He broke a tackle or two at the line of scrimmage, made it out to his 47-yard line, and on trying to make a couple of extra yards, had it stripped from him, pulled away. McGriff fell on it. The Dothan Tigers have an excellent opportunity here with 3:43 left in the third quarter.
Big break for the Dothan Tigers. A little different look this time offensively coming out, setting up an I formation. Only single wide outs to either side. Nance under center. There's the handoff. It's McIntyre again. McIntyre drops the football and looks like Auburn has it. Oh, geez. Gives it right back to him. A bad break for the Dothan High Tigers. Ken McIntyre laid it on the ground. Auburn recovered the ball. Looks like it's going to be first down going the other way at Auburn's own 47-yard line.
Brandon Cannon, number 76, got across, got a hand on McIntyre. It looked like he popped it out with a free hand, and right there where they fumbled it, they got it 1st and 10. Auburn Tigers now take possession of the football. 3:34 left.
1st and 10 for Auburn. They're on 47-yard line. Single wide out the near side. There's the handoff. It is number 22, Renardo Hutchinson, and he is right at midfield, just across, appears. Looks like it's about a 4-yard pickup. It's going to set up about a 2nd and 6 situation for Auburn.
Ryan Barnes read the play well, came up, helped Derek Creekmore bring him down for 4-yard gain, and when you get right down to mathematics, that's 1 yard too many. 3, 3, and 3 is what you like to see him do. But again, just a good run, good blocking. Again, attacking the Dothan Tiger left side.
They are single wing formation again. There's that guy, and it's like he may gone. No, they bring him down. That was Harrison Thomas again, having a whale of a ball game running the football for the Auburn Tigers. They are inside the Dothan 15. Or excuse me, check that. It's going to be on the 17. Harrison Thomas, as he's done on 3 or 4 occasions this evening, breaking into the secondary, big runs. That gentleman's had a great evening running the football.
He's going to be awful tired here, and just if he's not already tired. That time he broke a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Then he broke one at about the 30-yard line, and looked like he stumbled a little bit, but kept his feet moving. Huge play. 1st and 10 Auburn.
Handoff, it's time to Hutchinson, and he is met, and if anything, a very short gain that time, trying to run that little trap again that they've had success with a good part of the evening, but Dothan snuffs that out for a very short gain.
Kevin Tigg in there with plenty of help, just really stood him up at the line of scrimmage that time, and that's what you can get when you can get across the line of scrimmage, get some penetration. You just don't really let the play materialize.
Bring up 2nd down, 9 yards to go for the Auburn Tigers. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Dothan holding to a 7-3 lead. Hold under center, single wing formation, wide out the near side. There's a handoff, little inside play, and looked like there was some running room, but the Dothan defense really closed quickly on the ball carrier.
And that's Gabe Davis right there, number 35. If he don't tackle him, that could be an Auburn Tiger touchdown. They came with a misdirection, this time back from right to left. Gabe Davis wrapped him up, brought him down Third down and about 7 for Auburn, and we've seen them use basically bootleg type action in this situation in the first half.
Tell you what, that was a big play by Gabe Davis, because you're right, he had running room in front of him. Single wide out the near side, offset backs. Holt gives it back to the near side, and good play by the Dothan defense. If anything, a very minimal gain that time. It's going to bring up 4th down, and Auburn looks like they'll have to bring in the field goal unit.
Not fooled at all that time, trying to run misdirection. Josh West just not taking any of the fake. Read it, got there, really going to about lose about a yard on the play. Good pursuit right there by the Dothan Tigers on defense.
That was a very good play, and that could be a very big one here as Auburn is going to settle for the field goal attempt. It is number 86, Chris Beck, attempting the field goal. Looks like it's going to be about a 32-yard attempt. There's the placement. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So we're going to have timeout on the field here. 1 minute, timeout, score. Dothan 7, Auburn 6. This is Dothan Tigers football.
Back here at Rick Hughes Stadium, the Auburn Tigers with another field goal from Chris Beck. Cut the lead to 1 as he kicks off to the Dothan Tigers. Patrick Reeves back there. Zary Thomas makes the catch.
Zary Thomas still fighting for yardage, and looks like it's going to be brought down finally at about the 15-yard line. A little indecision back there between Reeves and Thomas on getting the football, but he did manage to bring it out to the 15-yard line where Dothan is going to be set up 1st and 10.
And you can see who's down there underneath on special teams. Probably hadn't missed a play all night. Number 6, Rod Marshall making the hit. Dothan backed up, 1st and 10 on their own 16.
Dothan set up 1st and 10 on their own 16. I formation, 2 wide outs to the far side. Hands on center, man in motion to the far side. It's going to be a toss sweep. It's McIntyre again. Does he get outside? There's a little running room, and it closes quickly.
That time sending Rozelle Hodge in motion. Got the block on the contained man that time, but McIntyre just couldn't get it up the field enough. Officials stopping the clock. Did he go out of bounds? Maybe that's what it is.
I think he may have. It did look like he had a little bit of running room, just did not quite get to the corner before the pursuit closed on him.
And evidently they're marking him out with 5.8 seconds left. Rozelle Hodge again got the block on the contained man. McIntyre maybe trying to do a little bit too much instead of just getting what he could get on the play. He runs out of bounds. 2nd down and 9 for the Dothan team. The Tiger team from Dothan.
5.8 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Handoff inside. And it's to the up back. I believe that is number 32, Rozelle Hodge. And minimal game, and that is going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. Dothan High over a 76 lead over the Auburn Tigers. Back in 1 minute. This is Dothan Tiger football. Tell you what, this is where we need a big kick out of Jarrett Maddox. Auburn has tried to pressure the kick on 2 or 3 occasions this evening. Let's see if
they're loading up again on the left.
Oh, God. No!
And I'll tell you what, he did get it away. It is number 1, Chris King with the return. He's trying to get outside and does not quite make it. Number 36 there, the nice play, Tyrese Bolden.
And a good, pretty strong kick that time again by Maddox. And again, coming off our right side, their left, some pressure, almost getting the ball. And that time the snap took Maddox to his right into the pressure. And of course, Auburn will take over. We have tape
10 seconds
for the station ID.
Penalty against the Auburn Tigers on the kick that time is going to be stepped off against them. Looks like it's going to be a 10-yard penalty.
That one of the rule changes for this year in high school football. they've gone to the block or the push in the back. If you don't clip them and knock them down and just push them, 10-yard penalty. It's still a foul, but they don't hit you for 15-yard clipping. It's just a block in the back or a push. That with the fine kick, Dothan has them backed up. Field position change, but we need 3 and out right here by the Tiger defense.
We certainly need that this time. Handoff up the middle that time, and it's going to be about a 4-yard gain.
And again, there's Harrison Thomas, number 2.
We call that 9.
He has run the football well.
Harrison Thomas picks up 4 on the first down play for the Auburn Tigers. Going to bring up 2nd and 6. Ball resting on the 37-yard line here. 10:38 to go in the 4th quarter. Dothan holding a slim 7-6 lead over the visitors from Auburn. Single wing formation. Holt hands off, and
I think no, they wrapped him up. Looked like he might have dropped the football, but again, Creedmoor that time used that time not turning loose after first contact. They're putting it down. Of course, some of that has to be Thomas getting a little bit tireder than he was in the first quarter.
That was a nice job of blocking up that time, putting the ball carrier on the ground, and we need to see some more of that. 10 minutes to go here in the ball game, 7-6. Dothan lead. Ball resting on the Auburn 39-yard line. It's a 3rd down, like 4 yards to go for the Auburn Tigers. Single wing formation, single wide out to the far side. Holt calling the signals, and there was movement on the offensive line, I believe, that time. There's flags on the play.
Everybody's pointed right there. It looked like maybe the right guard or right tackle. We've got 3 flags on the field, and this could be a huge one right here. Yes, it is going against Auburn. Turns a 3rd down and makeable 4 into one that is 5 yards more. It's 3rd and 9 right here.
Big penalty right there against the Auburn Tigers instead of the 3rd and 4 situation. It sets up 3rd and 9. And there was no doubt there was movement on that offensive line. That was clearly the case. Single wide out to the far side for the Auburn Tigers. Holt under center. Single wing formation here. We've seen most of the evening. He takes the snap. He's going back to pass.
Screen pass.
It's a screen pass underneath it. Dothan looks like they did defend it nicely. They recognized the screen, collapsed on the ball carrier, and it's going to be 4th down for the Auburn Tigers.
Darius Underwood, number 41, getting up off the bottom of the pile, but he did have a trio of helpers as they snuffed out the screen that time. Looked like he had a little bit going for him there. They tried to hit Ryan Robertson, number 35, with it. They did right over the center, but stopped him well short of 1st down yardage, and Auburn's having to kick it away.
Again, in punt formation is number 82. That's Danny Perry. He's kicking it away. Looks like Dennis Drury back there, and he is returning it, trying to get outside the run room, and he does. Nice open field by Rod Marshall, but I do believe there was a face mask on that. They threw the flag. Good play, but he did get some face mask.
Anytime you grab any opening of the helmet, it doesn't have to be the face mask per se anymore, but any handle that you grab up there on the head gear is going to be a penalty. Is it going to be the 15-yard or the 5-yard face mask?
You know, Mike, and it looked like that was going to be a good tackle, and then he went ahead and grabbed the face mask, and then really didn't think that was necessary. It's a big break for the Dothan Tigers, and we will take it.
It's just going to be a 5-yard. That means he grabbed it and then turned it loose. But anytime when you just make contact with it, that's one of those safety features. But again, when you see him down there, one man to beat, and Jury can get to the near sideline. The punt return was set up well, but when you look up, he's staring right at number 6, Rod Marshall, who's played probably every play of the football game tonight.
He has been all over the field, no question about it. Twin wideouts to the near side, 2 backs in the backfield, handoff to McIntyre, the near side, and he is brought down by a nice open field tackle there by that man again, Rod Marshall. He's playing well the football game for Auburn Tigers.
Everywhere McIntyre goes, he's looking right at him, and again, meet at the line of scrimmage, maybe even lost a yard there, did McIntyre. 2nd down and 11.
2nd and 11. I'll tell you what, this Rod Marshall's one of the better linebackers I've seen this year. He was all over the football field. It is 2nd and 11, 8 minutes, 8 seconds to go in the football game. Dothan holding a 7-6 lead over the Auburn Tigers. Twin wideouts to either side. Single back is Ken McIntyre for the Dothan High Tigers.
Looks like they're coming from our right side, their left.
Man's on the center, and it's a quick pop. McIntyre's up the middle and goes for first down yardage all the way out to the 46-yard line. They were able to bust it, avoid the blitz that Auburn was bringing, caught it for big yardage.
And it's getting up late off the bottom of the pile, playing quarterback, number 5, Joseph Holt, tried to make the hit. One of his own guys came over there and basically cleaned him off and rolled him up. He's up now on his own, but again, that huge McIntyre broke a tackle at the line of scrimmage. And what the Dothan Tigers need is a score right here and take about 7 minutes and 25 seconds off the clock.
That's right, as there is 7 minutes, 25 seconds left here. Dothan in the midst of a good drive here. Twin wide out to the near side, single wide out far side. Fake to McIntyre. Nance keeps the football, and he's trying to get outside, but he is not going to even get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be down, I believe, for 1 yard loss back at his own 44-yard line.
That time trying to fake the ball on the draw, out of the sprint or the shotgun formation, if you will. That time after the fake, Nance tried to beat him to the corner, and again, reacting well was the Auburn Tiger defense. Lost a yard on the play, second down and 11 for Dothan.
Second and 11, Dothan. 6:41 to go here in the fourth quarter, holding again to that slim 7-6 lead. Twin wideouts to either side. Single back is Ken McIntyre in the backfield, showing blitz of Auburn Tigers. Man's back and pass, throws it out, and that's hit immediately. And the official does rule it was an incomplete pass. Very close play there.
Now, I can't tell you more than his back, Reed's back was to the ball. Did he get hit and lose it right there? That is going to be one of those that you'd like to see, especially for the Auburn players and coaches on the film. His back was to us, but the ball was well thrown. Reeves took a shot from the cornerback, number 1 over here, Chris King. The ball came out, but the official was blowing the whistle, waving it off.
Because he's right on top.
Well, he's right on top of it, but the player hurt him, so he stopped running.
He was right on, the official was right on top of that play, a much better view than we did, and certainly great for the Dothan Tigers. Twins to the near side, Nance back pass, going that little screen inside, and almost intercepted there. Going screen pass and take the middle high to Reeves, and almost intercepted. He's going to bring up fourth down 11. Dothan's on their own 44, and they are going to have to punt.
Trying to hit Patrick Reeves on a slip screen, if you will, or an underneath screen. At the time the ball was thrown high, and again, lucky for the Dothan Tigers, that ball falls to the ground. 6:20 left here in the fourth quarter. Dothan holding on to an ever so slim 1 point lead.
Back to kick is Jared Maddox. He gets it off barely. He's had a lot of close. It's going to go out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. Again, pressure coming from the Auburn Tigers, trying to block that punt attempt, but Matt's got it off, and it is going to be 1st and 10 set for Auburn at their own 30.
Either Holt or Hutchison, Ronaldo Hutchison, number 22 or number 10, coming off that side over there, and it might have been as well number 6 lined up over there, Rod Marshall. Just seemed like they're getting closer and closer on every kick.
1st and 10, Auburn, ball on their own 30-yard line. 6:11 to go here in the fourth quarter. Single wing formation, single wide out to the far side. Holt under center, gives to number 42. That is Brian Young, and he is wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Excellent go by the Dothan defense that time.
Tyrese Bolden read it well, and when he came up to the line of scrimmage now, you talking about putting the hit on, knocked him up and backwards, and the referees signaling here with 5:53 left in the fourth quarter. The timeout for the players will be back after this 1-minute pause.
Second down, 10 yards to go for the Auburn Tigers at their own 30-yard line. Holt back to pass. He's looking. He's pressuring in the backfield, and the pass is away. And was it completed, or was he out of bounds? Referees are showing an incomplete pass, very close on the far side. We didn't have a good look at it, but close to being a completed pass. But they did rule he was out of bounds. Brings up 3rd down, 10 yards to go from their own 30-yard line. 5 minutes, 33 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Dothan holding to a 7-6 lead over the Auburn Tigers.
Josh Holt that time, or Joseph Holt, excuse me, did a good job faking a couple of would-be tacklers off as he pump faked the ball. That ball was caught, but he was out of bounds. Third down, 10 here still for Auburn.
3rd and 10, Holt back to pass, rolling to the near side. He's got a man open and does make the catch there. Gets additional yardage all the way down, cross midfield to the Dothan 48-yard line. And I think the Dothan staff is trying to say that he had stepped out of bounds well before what they are marking the spot right now.
That time, just a quick out. One of the cornerbacks on this side, Derek Thomas, tried to get there to him, was not able to make the play on the football. He pulled away. He did Chris King, but one of the coaches having to come over there and help him out. And again, Chris King, one of those players for Auburn, going both ways, probably more exhausted than anything else.
Yeah, they have had a number of players playing both ways this evening, and you know they've got to be exhausted at this point in the football game. 5:22 to go here in the ball game. Dothan holding that 7-6 lead. 1st and 10 for Auburn at the Dothan 47-yard line.
And that's a huge reception because where they had him stepping out of bounds at the 40, not quite enough for the first down. It's still like 2 yards, but where they have it now, 1st and 10, just inside the Dothan Tiger 48-yard line.
1st and 10, Auburn, single wing to the near side, wide out the far side. Holt gives the pitch and running room to this near side. That is number 42, Brian Young, once again picks up about 5 yards on the first down play.
Kevin Tigg, number 74, got good penetration, but just had the ball carrier, number 42, run right past him. Brian Young did on the sweep play. If he's a little bit more alert, maybe he can hit him, maybe make a loss of maybe 2 yards on the play, but instead they pick up 4, 2nd and 6.
It is going to be 2nd and 6. The ball on the Dothan 44-yard line. 4:50 to go here in the ball game. Dothan holding its 7-6 lead. Single wing formation to the near side. Single wide out to the far side for Auburn. Hold on to center, and he is calling a timeout here. And with 4:36 to go here in the ball game, Dothan leading 7-6. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Dothan Tiger Football. Second and 6 for the Auburn Tigers. Ball on the Dothan 44-yard line. 4:36 to go here in the ball game. Handoff left side is that man again, Harrison Thomas. Good running room on the left side. He has first down yardage down to the Dothan 35-yard line.
Just a reverse handoff. Did again Joseph Holt, giving the ball to Harrison Thomas over left guard, left tackle. Found enough daylight, 1st and 10 on the Dothan Tiger 35. And when you look at the clock, you look at where the ball is, you can just about guarantee it's going to be a 4-down situation for Auburn till they get close enough to kick.
Yes, it is. Single wing formation, wide out the far side. Harrison Thomas, once again the ball carrier, picks up about 4 yards on first down. Make that 3. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 7. The ball's going to be on the Dothan 32-yard line. Clock running, 3:55 to go here in the ball game. Dothan holding a 7-6 lead over the Auburn Tigers.
And Beck has range of 40, 45 yards. We've seen him try one from 50 already here this season.
Big series right here. This could be the ball game. Single wing the near side, man in motion. Hope gives it right up the gut again to Thomas. And he is inside the 30. Looks like he's going to be down to about the 29-yard line. He's going to set up a 3rd down and about 4 to go. Make that 3 to go for the Auburn Tigers.
Just again, a straight handoff. They did start one of the wingbacks in motion from right to left, and the Dothan Tigers calling a timeout to try to stop the Auburn Tigers here with 3:15 left.
And with 3:15 to go in the ball game, Dothan holding a 7-6 lead. We're going. Third down, 4 yards to go for the Auburn Tigers. Ball at the Dothan 29, and looks like there's going to be a pickup of about 2 yards, bringing up 4th down and a yard to go. Decision time for the Auburn coaching staff here.
And you're looking at a situation, I'm not going to be surprised if they don't, well, the ball's been marked ready for play. They're talking to the quarterback, Joseph Holt, over there on the sidelines. Could be a long count, and actually it's going to be a little bit closer to 2 yards, maybe, Shannon, than it is 1. That time Josh Holt wrapped up in the hole. Did Thomas put forth the extra effort? Big play right here with 2:37 and counting in the game.
Game on the line. Auburn single wing formation. 4th down, and we'll call it short 2. And Holt is coming out, loses the football. Dothan has the ball. Dothan has the football. They have held on 4th down. And Dothan High, hold it.
It doesn't really matter who got it because it's not going to be enough for a first down. The ball's going to be short. Coming up with the football off the pile is number 72, Von McKenna, but it's going to be well short of first down yardage because he had to get to the 25.
It is Dothan ball. That's indeed the case. The ball on their own 26-yard line. 2 minutes, 21 seconds to go here in the ball game. Dothan holding a 7-6 lead in a very hard-fought contest here tonight at Rip Hughes Stadium.
Joseph Holt that time did the bootleg type action. The Dothan Tigers stayed at home, tried to get wide, didn't pick up the number of the linebacker. Maybe it was Tyrese Bolden. I saw a 6 on there, but that's huge. Put a big star by that name right there, 221. Dothan needs to get one first down right here out of this offense.
Yes,
wrap
they
this
do.
one up.
Yes, they do. 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. Twin wideouts to the near side. I formation backfield. Hand off to the deep man. That is McIntyre. He is wrapped up after a very short gain of about 2 yards, looks like. And the clock is running. That's what they're going to run the football and let that clock run right now. And there is an injured Auburn Tiger on the play.
The way he's holding, it's a left arm there, but getting up under his own power is their tight end and kicker. He did fall on that left arm elbow, able to get up and jog off. But again, another very tired young man is Danny Perry, the punter, the tight end, defensive end. It's like so many of those players from Auburn.
You take your hat off to them. They've got, as we were talking about a moment ago during the break, a number of players playing both ways, and fatigue's definitely set in. But right now, Dothan is the one, 2nd down, 8 to go on their own 23, and Mike, we may be looking at our first victory of the year here.
Well, if we can hold it for another minute 47, of course the coaches with a stopwatch taking every bit of the 25 seconds off the clock before they
sure are. McIntyre, the ball carrier. McIntyre's got running room. He's outside. He's across midfield. 1 man to beat. McIntyre is going down inside the 15, all the way down to the Auburn 13-yard line. Ken McIntyre with a huge play for the Dothan Tigers.
Broke a tackle about the line of scrimmage, or maybe after he picked up 2. But I tell you what, you've got to put a star. John Holt hustling across the field, doing everything he can. First leap there, tried to pop it loose, but he didn't turn loose. He waited to help, got there. Did John Holt for Auburn, and it kept Ken McIntyre out of the end zone, but that's the first down that the Dothan Tigers needed right there.
That was a huge run indeed for the Dothan High Tigers. 1st and 10 to go, ball on the Auburn 14-yard line. Minute 11 to go in the game here. Twin wideouts to the near side, I formation backfield for the Dothan Tigers. Nance under center, taking every second possible off that play clock. Hand off the deep man is McIntyre, straight up the gut. And he is going to be all the way down to about the 5-yard line. Looks like inside the 5 and very close to first down yardage.
Right here you're looking at the situation, 45, 43 and counting. Auburn's going to try to preserve some of the time on the clock as they call timeout. So,
with timeout on the field, 43 seconds to go in the game. We'll be back in 1 minute. Dothan's up 7-6. This is Dothan Tiger football. Second down, 1 yard to go here. Ball on the Auburn 5-yard line. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Dothan holding a 7-6 lead. Nance under center gives it to McIntyre once again, and he is in the end zone. Touchdown, Dothan.
Coming out of the full house backfield, handed the ball to McIntyre, started to his left, saw some daylight back to his right, and after just wanting to get a couple of first downs, they do me one better than that. They take it down and put it in the end zone with 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Dothan Tigers are up 13-6. B.J. Hall on for the point after.
B.J. Hall in to attempt the point after touchdown, trying to extend that lead to 14-6. And there's a snap. The kick is up. It is blocked, and Auburn is picked up the ball.
It's a dead
ball.
As soon as it's blocked, if they pick it up across the line of scrimmage, they pick it up behind the line of scrimmage, nothing. If we get it behind the line offensively, the team, if it's not over, then it could go, but we have a penalty on here. This could be huge here.
There is a penalty flag on the play. And there is an unsportsmanlike conduct call going against the Auburn Tigers. And also against Dothan. Looks like it's going to be offsetting penalties.
He might have made the wrong call the first time out. The way he was pointing there that second and third time to the Dothan side. So it looks like we're going to be kicking off from deep in our own territory.
Not a good play late in this ball game. It's still a one-score game here. 37 seconds left.
And I think Auburn still has one timeout remaining.
They do have one timeout left, and looks like Dothan is going to be kicking off. Where are they spotting the football here?
From the 25.
It's going to be from the 25, so wherever Auburn gets the ball, they're going to get decent field position now. There's not going to be much time remaining in the football game, but there's going to be potentially a chance for a couple of shots at the end zone.
But we've called it all night long in the kicking game. A lot of pressure coming from the left side. That time they did break through, was not able to pick out the number of the young man from Auburn that got his hand on the football that time. But again, when you block it, you're still looking up there, as you said, 7-point lead, 13-6. And we can't get 37 and a half seconds off the clock quick enough.
That's right. We want to get this thing over with, get a victory, and get out of here this evening. Dothan looking for their first victory of the year. 13-6 lead here with 37 seconds left. After the unsportsmanlike penalty against the Tigers, they will be kicking off from their own 25-yard line. It is going to be B.J. Hall kicking off. And let's see what they elect to try to do here. If they're going to kick it deep or squib it.
Best bet here is to get as much air underneath it as possible, unless you kick just a line drive, squib it up in the middle of the field. But you don't want them to get too good a field position and have too good a shot at it.
And it is going to be kind of a pooch kick there that is going to stay in bounds. Picked up. No, it isn't. It looks like it did go out of bounds at the 25. The Auburn upman did pick up the ball at the 25-yard line, but the officials did rule that it was out of bounds at that point.
Now they can put it in play. Now that's not as bad a play as you might think, because they can get it where the ball went out. They can make us re-kick it, or it could be first and 10 at the 35-yard line. Right here, don't be surprised if we have to kick it again.
And the Auburn staff trying to decide what they want to do, and I do think that they are wanting Dothan to So they called it legal procedure on that play.
As it went out of bounds. It
Yep.
looks like they're going to get it from the 25 instead of the 40 to the 35. They're putting it first and 10 at the 50.
At midfield. So big break for the Auburn Tigers here, getting the ball at midfield. 36 and a half seconds left to go in the ball game. 13-6 Dothan lead.
Auburn, I do believe, does have one timeout remaining.
I believe that's correct. One timeout. They've got twins to the far side. Two backs in the backfield. Holt scrambling, being pressured by Kevin Williams, throws the football, and it is incomplete at about the 46-yard line. Kevin Williams applying tremendous pressure that time.
You know, the wide receiver that time number one, doing the sideline pattern. Chris King, Jerry Ball, King all got there together with a little help from Hughes underneath. But again, what really is the best coverage is what Kevin Williams is doing. He is in Joseph Holt's face, chasing him down as he's running to his left, trying to throw back to the right.
I'll tell you what, he has played a good football game, especially pressuring the quarterback here. 26 seconds left, 2nd and 10 for Auburn. Ball at midfield. Holt back to pass. Here comes pressure. Number 92, Derek Creekmore, puts him down at the 36-yard line. The clock is running, and Auburn does burn their final timeout here. He come in from the blind side. Tremendous defensive play that time.
And when you talk about defensive pressure that time, it's been mostly Kevin Williams applying the pressure. Had some help from Gabe Davis, but that time, never seeing Creekmore coming from the backside. Holt's lucky to keep a hold of that football, taking one in the back like that. Just a good solid charge, and really some confusion on the Auburn offensive line because nobody touching Creekmore. Just a full head of steam, puts him down. Auburn has no more timeouts left, and it looks like we're getting one defensive lineman off and one more DB in.
Getting another DB in. I tell you what, it's hats off to Wayne White and the defensive coaches that time. They haven't shown a lot of blitzes tonight, but they brought one that time. Creekmore from the near side. He was untouched. Excellent defensive call, excellent play that time by Derek Creekmore.
This is one of those plays you've got to worry about the ladder, or maybe just one of those Hail Marys, drop back and see how far you go. Looks like we're going to see twin formation to the right, but there they go, get one man back off the ball like they need to.
My boys, back up here is what the coaching staff is telling players to back up, and there goes a kid, and he is, incomplete. They threw to the wide receiver, who in turn threw downfield. And I believe that was Ryan Barnes on the defensive play at about the 43-yard line. They were setting up the double pass that time, trying to get something working downfield. But
9.1 left, 4th down. Dothan's dropping 8 back, pushing 3.
Holt is back to pass. He throws deep downfield, and it is intercepted. Intercepted by number 13, Brandon McGriff. And that is the ball game. That's the ball game. Your final score, Dothan 13, Auburn 6. We'll be back, wrap up after this 2-minute timeout. This is Dothan Tiger football.
You've been watching High School Football Game Night, presented by Scenic Cable Network and Productions. Join us again next time.